Good morning, everyone. I want to go over our time nutrition this morning because I think we're having a little bit of, uh, it's week 2. So we're still kind of trying to figuring this out and how it really works with our daily schedule. And I kind of want to show you mine just to give you a little bit of an encouragement and to show that sometimes we just overthink things a little bit. Like we're still wanting to do this program to a perfect T, and sometimes it doesn't happen. Like this weekend, my husband forgot about a meeting that he had on Sunday right after church, and the only food they had was not on the food plan at all. And so I had to wait till we got home to eat, and it was like 3.5 hours later. And let me tell you, I was starving because usually I only go 2.5 to 3 hours between meals at most. And it's crazy. So I'm going to open the document. I'm going to share my screen so you can kind of get an idea of what kind of my day is like, just because I think you'll find it helpful. All right, sharing screen. We're going to go to plan A because that's the one I'm eating in currently. It's working for me. And because this one has the least amount of food, it actually makes it easier for people who get to eat more because, you can figure out where your other meals go in based on what you have. So I am so looking forward to plan B, though. I know I'm going to qualify for that when we bump up on February 10th. Yes, it's highlighted on my calendar. February 10th is when, we get to recalculate, and more than likely we will be bumped up into a different meal plan. For me, that's exciting because I love food and I miss cheese on my tacos. You know what I'm saying? So here we go. Just being honest, I'm going to scooch down to, this is a workout block plus your other meals. And this is going to be pretty easy to explain. So for me personally, I cannot eat a big meal before working out without feeling like I'm going to puke. I am not Autumn. Autumn can eat a meal. 10 minutes later, she's out there working her butt off. I personally cannot do that. It makes me feel very sick. But on the other flip side, I can't just have Shakeology and a piece of fruit and a teaspoon of something first thing in my stomach and then go work out an hour and a half later either, because you can switch out meal option number 1 with your pre-workout meal. And that's okay. And then you just take your pre-workout meal and fit it in the rest of your day. You can do that. I'm just telling you what works for me because I know my body. I've been working out for a long time. Generally speaking, it has to either be something of substantial or something really, really small like yogurt and berries. That's a pre-workout meal for me, but that doesn't fit my Shakeology into the rest of my day very well. So I had to play around with what I'm used to having before a workout. Right before 2. So generally, I've been doing my workout blocks in the afternoon so that I can get my workout done before my youngest gets home off the bus. And that seems to be really working for me in the groove of my day. Not the same for everyone. Some of us get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, we eat, and then we get the job done. So for those of you who are 5 a.m.ers especially, because I'm not. I know I post at 5 a.m., but I use a scheduler because the only thing at 5 a.m. I see is the back of my eyelids. My husband is a night owl, and so we go to bed later rather than earlier, and I just can't run on 5 hours of sleep. It does not look good on me. So here's the thing. Regardless of what you're doing, you can eat 10 minutes before you work out. The suggested timing is 60 to 90 minutes. You eat and then you wait 60 to 90 minutes before you work out. That being said, she knows, because she's one of them, that you can eat and then half an hour later you can work out. That's okay. That's kind of like the little bit of wiggle room that you have. But honestly, you have 60 to 90 minutes. So, that's a pretty big, 30 minutes is a big time frame. If you need to shorten your day and your workout block, that's a great way of shortening that up. Don't wait the full hour and a half. Just do the hour or 30 minutes, whatever you can do. This is meant for real life too, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm sure those of you who wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning don't want to wake up 4:30, just eat at 4:30. It's ridiculous. You don't need to do that. At least in my personal opinion, you don't need to do that. The way that this plan is written is that this way is going to get you your best results. It's just science. It's just the hard fact. But you also have to keep in mind that we live in a real world. So this is the supreme way of doing it, and then you make it fit into your life as best as you can. You're still going to see results. So don't panic, especially with that pre-workout meal. That one is probably the best one. If you have to fudge on the times, that's probably the best one to do. I know Autumn does it herself, that kind of thing. If you don't have Energize, that's fine. Mine, because I'm really sensitive to caffeine, kicks in within 10 minutes. So I drink it and literally use the restroom and then press play because it kicks on during my workout and I'm fine. I don't really worry about this. This time period right here, the 20 to 30 minutes, actually fits within the 60 to 90 minute time frame. So just keep that in mind. These kind of go together. Then you're going to work out. Our workouts are anywhere between half an hour and an hour. I figure an hour in my day because knowing me, I have to push pause a couple times because like one workout that we've had this week already, they were going super fast and I felt dehydrated. And you know what? That's what the pause button's for. And I needed to have some hydrate. I need to have more water. It's just listening to your body. Pushing pause is fine. For me, I know that's going to take me longer, generally speaking, than that time block that the actual workout is. Usually takes me like 5, maybe 10 minutes longer, depending on how long the video is, how many breaks they take, you know, how I'm feeling that day too. You know, like I suffer from vertigo. If there's a lot of doing these kinds of things, I have to sometimes stop, regain my balance, stop the room from spinning, and then go on. So, you know, you do what you can when you do it. Now here's the thing. If you are using recovery, then you have to have a piece of fruit and your recovery within 30 minutes. I generally don't digest food very well if I eat it right after I do a workout. Even when I'm running after a race, the only thing I can tolerate, honestly speaking, is a bagel. That's the only thing I can tolerate within 30 minutes of running a race. So I generally wait the full 30 minutes till that tippy-toe line, and then I have my fruit, my recovery. My stomach has calmed down. My heart rate is down low enough that I don't feel sick afterwards. I'm just sensitive to food that way. And so work with me here. And then after you have your workout meal, or your after workout, the fruit and the recover, or then I wait, it says an hour to 2 hours after workout. So you have an hour to 2 hours. So for me, how I've blocked it is that I do my workout, I wait 30 minutes to have my recovery little snack, and then I wait another hour to have my post-workout meal. So if you don't feel like you are hungry, for example, right after you work out and the thought of food grosses you out, you know, especially if you're doing the recovery, you can wait an additional additional hour after your workout meal, even an hour and a half if you really think about when you're looking at the time block. So generally speaking, my time block is about 4 hours long from my pre-workout meal, my Energize, my workout, my recovery fruit, and my after workout meal. It's generally about 4 hours. There's some wiggle room in there if I needed to shorten it up because it's just a really crazy busy day. There's some whatever. Now, here's where people are getting a little freaked out. You don't have to eat every 2 hours, people. You can eat every 2 to 3 hours. I would not recommend going over 3 hours. Like I said, I had to do that on Sunday, and it was not good. My blood sugar felt like it was getting low. I was starving. I chow down and that kind of thing. It's really listening to how your body reacts to your food is really going to determine if you want it closer to the 2 hour window or to the 3 hour window. For me personally, this is kind of my day. I get up at 6:15. I wait till about 7:15 because that's when I can use the blender because that's when my oldest gets up. My youngest has to get up at 6:45 to get on the bus, so I have to be up that early, much earlier. I wait till after my oldest gets up. I have my breakfast. About 9:45, I will have my meal 1 option is what I have first. My meal 2 option is what I have mid-morning snack. It's hummus or guacamole with carrots. It's the same thing every day. Why? Because I like it. And so I don't feel like I need to change it up, but I'm a creature of habit when it comes to my food. I can pretty much guarantee you for breakfast and lunch every day, they're the same, whether I'm on an eating plan or not. My husband's the same way. All of us are, in fact. Dinner is the only time that we switch it up, really, because we like our food, and that's just what works for us, and that's okay. And that's okay. You can do whatever you want. So 9:45, and then by 11:45, between there and 12:15 is when I have my pre-workout meal. Then again, we go through that block that I was telling you about. I usually wait an hour and a half, and then I have my workout, and then my recovery after I take my shower after my workout. So that's kind of how I fitted in my day a little bit better. And then I wait an hour after I've had my recovery drink to have this meal. And then, which usually brings me to about, let's see, if I eat at 12:15, then that usually ends at 4:15 is the next time I can eat again. Or is when my post-workout meal is at 4:15, and then I can eat again as early as 6:15. And I really try to time it that way so that I can have meal option 3 with my family for dinner. And so I really try to make it so I can eat between 6:15 and 6:45, or even 5:45 if I decide to have lunch a little bit on the earlier side, which would be about 11:45. So it just really kind of depends on how my day goes, but there is wiggle room. You have an hour in between meals of wiggle room because it's every 2 to 3 hours. So what has really helped me, and I'm going to get up and get it, is I seriously, I do this. I take my day and I make my week like this. And it's not necessarily like well, you know what? Let me stop sharing my screen here for a second. So you can see that. So I literally take my day and I map this up on Sundays when I'm doing my meal planning. I'll write down, and I like pen and paper because you can erase things and then I don't have to computerize it and all that kind of stuff. This is when I wake up. This is everything that's in green is what's on my schedule for the day that I can't get out of. So this is like the fitness challenges for this week. This is when I'm going to be gone during the day, or when I have to pack that meal 1 and meal 2. And then I write those generally in pencil because those are floating. Sometimes I have to change it up at the last minute. Like we have a school delay, or, you know, school's been canceled or whatever, and it changes my day. That's kind of how I do it. And then what I'll do, well, I didn't do it on that day because now I kind of have the hang of it. And then so this was like last week, I'll write out my meals so I know what it is for that week. But now that I've gotten the hang of what my meal containers look like, I don't really write out my meals quite as much until I do grocery shopping, and then I kind of figure out, I kind of mentally do what I want. So that's been really helpful. It's just taking that and making what your day looks like the night before, because the better you plan, the better you're going to be able to pull this off. And then the more it becomes a habit and the more it feels like routine rather than, oh my gosh, I'm dying here. So honestly, I think the weekends are the hardest part, just because, like I said, my husband went, oops, I have a meeting. And I went, oh, and I didn't bring my food with me because I figured we'd be home by then, and, you know, that kind of thing. So I'll learn better next time, right? So I'm going to go back to the share screen, and I kind of want to show you where it shows you again on the in the meal plan. So this is just the block. This is just kind of what your meal plan looks like. And then this is an example of what your meals could look like. This is what your day looks like on rest day. People, you can change whenever you want to have these meals. I mean, it's the same for your workout plan. You want to eat it as meal 1, meal 3, then meal 2, and then your workout block, that's fine. The only thing you can't change is the order of the containers. You have to eat them in that order at that time. But you can start your day off with meal 3. You can start your day off with meal 2. That part doesn't matter. The only ones you cannot change is your workout block, unless if you're swapping out this meal with your meal 1 option, which is not the It's not the number one option, but it is an approved option to do, because Autumn knows that some people just really cannot stomach this right before you eat and work out kind of thing. I know people who run a marathon and they don't eat anything the morning of, and I think they're nuts, but that's what works for them. So here's kind of an example of what your meals look like for the day if you're going to do a morning workout, right? So they already have everything timed out for you. You know, just scratch that up, put 5 a.m. Or scratch that up and put 5 a.m. and just scoot everything back, and it kind of gives you a really good, oh, this is refeed day. Sorry, hold on. This is peak week. We don't want peak week. Hold on, sorry. Okay, so again, if you are, well, 5 a.m. you work out, just scratch that out and put 5 o'clock. And then scratch this up and put 5:30. And so that's kind of follow it that way. And you can actually swap this out and put, I gotta put my numbers back. But see, there's only half an hour between here and here. And then the one I do, there's an hour between the two. And between here, they waited an hour and a half, but you don't have to. You can wait an hour. They just really recommend waiting that long. This is what's going to get you the most results. But, you know, like people who have a real life, they get it, you know. Example 2 block is pretty much how my day looks like. And then this is an evening workout block. I don't know if we have many people on our team who do the evening one, but this is what it kind of looks like as well. Generally, I try to time at least one of these, either my pre, my post, or meal-free option with dinner with my family. And then if you don't have Beachbody Performance, then you need to eat within 1 hour of workout. And so what's good for that is that just wait the full hour afterwards. Don't eat it right after you eat workout. You know, like me, that would make me terribly sick. And so I would have to wait the full hour. And then you have every 2 to 3 hours. And then stretch those out for 3 hours. If your body's okay with that, then that's okay. It's totally okay. It's every 2 to 3 hours. A lot of wiggle room there. Let me open up a different plan. I know some of us are in, oops, y'all don't need to see that. I know a lot of us are in plan, I think some of us are in plan C. So let's just take a look at C. You guys get more food, totally jealous. I'm just being honest. Come on, if someone gave me permission to eat more food, I'd eat it. Your meal containers, you still have meals 1, 2, and 3, but you just get more in the day. And so you are probably a little bit easier to space out every 3 hours rather than every 2 to 3. You know, for me, after 2.5 hours, I'm like, when's my next meal? Especially right after my workouts and whatnot. You know, the one that I have right afterwards. So it's really the same thing. It's just, it's the same time frames. It's the same everything. You just get more food. That's all. Oh man, you get how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teaspoons? Really? You can have 5 teaspoons of peanut butter a day. So jealous. Not even funny. So here are some of your suggestions for that and that kind of thing. And your rest day, again, you can eat these in any order that you want. You just have to keep the containers together. That's the main thing. Something I want to point out too, because we've been getting a lot of questions about this in the group. Oops. Sorry. We are looking for Fix8. So Fix8 is the cooking show, as you know, and here's new this week. These are all 80-day. Well, I don't know about all of them. They don't say that. Probably most of these are 80-day obsession approved, except for this one. I'm pretty sure that one is not. Under program materials, you're going to go Fix8 recipes, and you're going to open up all of the recipes. Now, what they have tried to do is mark the ones that, see this 0, this little O, that means it's 80-day obsession approved. Now, there are other ones on this list that are 80-day obsession approved. They just didn't mark them. Autumn said yesterday that she's okay with the sides and the snacks, but the desserts one, except for when it's refeed day, aren't really, they may be approved, but you know, like ones that have chocolate in it, you know, like these are like, they're approved if your containers fit, but they're not the best ones for you to have. So if you can stay away from the desserts and cocktails, that's what she recommends. She says the sides, generally speaking, are fine. And they're still going through some of these. Now, say you are like me, and let me think of a good one. Sweet potato and chicken wraps. So let's do this for example. I'm in group A. I cannot combine these containers. I can have the green, the red, the yellow, and a teaspoon, but I cannot have the orange. So to fix this for my meal plan, I would have to take out some of the olive oil, pretty much the dressing. I'd have to take out all the ingredients of the dressing for this to be approved for me. Now, there are some other recipes that, let's see, say for example, this one would fit into my meal plan, except I can only have one green. I would need to add another protein to it, and I would have to take out half of the teaspoon. So it's fitting what fits into your containers and adjusting it so it's right for you. So for this, the reason why this is green is because, or half a protein, even though it doesn't have any protein in it, like there's no chicken or something like that, is because that there is chicken broth in it, and I think they're gonna count that cheese that's in there too as part of the red. So just keep in mind, some things don't make sense necessarily, like the cheese should be blue, right? But because of the way it's combined together, they consider it like, if you do the whole thing, half a protein, 1.5 teaspoons, and 2 greens. So that's just kind of how it is. If that's too complicated for you, don't use a recipe that doesn't fit into your container group. It's pretty easy. That's pretty easy to talk about. Like this one would fit into my containers, but it is not marked because it has 1.5. I'd have to take out some of that, and I would have to add in a little bit more of a yellow container. And who doesn't love to do that? So I just wanted to share those with you. Let me stop my screen share. I just want to share with that. Really hope it makes sense. I tried typing it out for someone, and I think, you know, like it just confuses people more. I think visual, I'm a visual person. So I really just wanted to make this video so everyone can be comfortable. And if you have any more questions, please let me know and I will answer them as best as I can. I hope you're having a fabulous day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.